All right. All right. I'm going to do some more ECS stuff. I basically didn't really get much done yesterday. Last night. I streamed last night. And that's okay. But I eventually got to a point where I figured out that the state tree processor was giving me issues. Why is that? That is because of how the updates happen. And the way I have my logic set up right now is I need just arbitrary things throughout the code, sometimes outside of processors, to update the state tree, or to call for a state tree update. So that's a bit of a problem. And so there's like multiple ways I think I can deal with this, and I might want to like just write them down. Oh Jesus. Too many things. Okay. Let me write some things down. Okay, and so let me just write. This is just going to be like ECS rights will be the section, I suppose. Problem. I'll say command buffer rights. Problem. Multiple processors write to the same data. This causes the first commands added in the queue to be overwritten. So that's the problem statement. Why I need multiple processors to be able to update the same data. I think probably only the state tree is gonna need that. Probably only the state tree data needs this because I need to be able to call for an update. I need to call for a tick to happen from arbitrary. How do you spell that? Arbitrary. Okay, I did it right. The tree data. State tree data. I need to be able to call for tick to happen from any arbitrary place in code. Sometimes, and I'll say, also not always from a processor. Okay, so let's just get that written out here. Okay. The world. Here is the world. Let me put something cute in the background. Let me get a good seed here. I'm on the wrong world, aren't I? There we go. $612, $613, man. We've gone through many seeds. We have gone through many a seed. A nice looking one. That's nice. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What happened here? Hmm? Hello, please? That looks so horrible. Okay, we'll just have something cool in the background while we talk about this. You doing a PC game? Yes, working on a video game. Yeah. Trying to do some refactors to my ECS system. Okay, so how am I going to handle this state tree problem? Let's do me my bullet points. Solution A is to only process one command per entity per type. Problem with this, if multiple edits are added, edit commands are added each frame, are always added each frame, this exponentially falls behind. So that's bad. The only way that this works if there are conditional updates by each processor. But then at that point, we might as well just run them in serial, because only one processor actually ends up mattering, right? Am I working by myself? Yes, I am. Markinth, welcome in. Good morning. Okay, so solution B. Solution B is to either split out the state tree update data, or, and this is kind of like there's like B1 and B2, right? Or I'll say can be added / removed, or just updated. So that's kind of like, there's two different ways to do it. I don't know that they have different outcomes. I don't think they would. I'll say this still has the problem of one processor overriding another, but at least it is for the same purpose and not for disconnected pieces of data. And I would say, like, one problem is that, what do I call it? Update within. Update within would be set to next frame by processor 1, but then reset to -1, or reset to never from processor 2, leading to an update never happening. So that is possible. I could say there could be some reconciliation step when applying edits to data, so that something like -1 or something like never, or I shouldn't say never, something like never doesn't overwrite a next frame option. Okay. Welcome in, everyone. Good morning, or good evening, or good night, or good noon. Does anyone ever say that? Hey, good noon. I'm working on my ECS system, which is just a way to like efficiently run thousands and thousands of NPCs in the world. It's a big world, so I need that. And I've had it working in the past, and it was working fine, but I was leaving a lot of performance on the table. So I'm going through and refactoring it to take advantage of that. I'm just trying to think through some of the problems I have with the data writes happening right now. So like what's happening is my state tree for the entity, it's got this like update next frame method, and what that does is it sets this like update within time on my state tree data, and this is how the state tree processor knows whether or not to update. And so the state tree processor does all these checks. And maybe I just need to, I was saying last night that I was trying to do this conditionally. And I think I was maybe missing a condition where it needed to update. I'm not sure what condition that would be. Gray Parrot, welcome in. Good morning. So I go here, and then maybe I never started, actually. Maybe I need to do that. Hang on. Let's add another one here. We in queue, and then we never update again, but then it's like this also runs it on the game thread in its tick, or it would grab the, I guess it would, well, the data would get written. I think, because this is like an actual, maybe this never happens. Hang on, let's see. So we'll run live coding there, and we'll see. Oh, there's a cool cave right here. Let's see where the cave goes. Now. Ooh. You're generating lots of terrain at the moment. Neat. Oh, and then there's my messed up terrain chunk. What happened here? What happened here? An anomaly. What? Yeah, this is like a completely wrong terrain chunk. Is it backwards? It kind of seems like it might be backwards a little bit. I do like this zone here. We got some nice terrain noise there. This tree just got like nestled right down in there, didn't it? Neat. Okay, let's go back over to the test level though. And see if this guy actually does things. Okay, he might be entirely broken still. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe the start never happens now. Hang on, let's we're gonna stop, clear. We don't need any of that. Let's play. Okay, pause. State tree. Well, I guess maybe I can just throw a breakpoint in here, and we'll see what happens. We'll see if this gets started. Yeah, I'll put a breakpoint in there. Okay, that does get hit, so has started should be like true and stuff. And then let's see what next frame, we should hit that at some point. There we go. Has started should be, it's false. So yeah, that update, something overrode that. Something overrode that. And so now we've never started now. Okay. So we're gonna hit that breakpoint again. Let's go into the subsystem. I want to see what command buffers we get. And I guess we'd get there, right? Or we would have. Maybe I should have had one there. Command buffers by type. What do we got? We have 4. Let's transform. I think it's 15 is the one. We only have 1 in there. Yeah, the update is... So I'm gonna guess it's overriding itself. Congratulations, you played yourself. I feel like it's probably what's happening here. Let me see. Where the hell was I? There we go. State tree. So yeah, I want to see that add data command. I think maybe me adding that actually just messed it up even more. So that should get hit first, right? Yeah, that happens, then it gets overridden. Okay. Okay, so hang on. Undo that. Undo that. And live coding running lightning fast today. You love to see it. You love to see it. Okay, so I want to see that other... I mean, I guess maybe that one... Actually, I don't know. That one never got hit. We got here. And then let's go back to the command buffers. By type. We don't have one. We don't have one. This frame. So that state tree now... This should have the updated, like, started data, right? So this should be true. Yeah, it's true. And not should stop tree. Dead. Is he dead? I don't think he's dead. Should stop tree is false. Wait a second. Oh, that's true. So yeah, we're not going to hit that. So we're going to get down here. Okay. Should stop tree is true. Has tick scheduled. False. Maybe. We'll see. Let's go down here. Has tick scheduled is indeed false. Update within is -1. Time passed since last tick. Yeah, I guess we don't care about that. It's -1. Has tick scheduled and enough tick time has passed. So that's going to be in that condition. Else, so we tick it every frame basically, where we even if it doesn't have a full tick scheduled, we just tick trigger transitions. I forgot that I did that. I think transitions, I should maybe check if they have transitions, but maybe that's what this does anyway. Tick prelude. We in the source code now, baby. Tick trigger transitions. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much time that takes. Maybe we should throw a scope trace on that profiler thingo. Yeah, so do we get... We probably still don't get to any... We don't get to any of these conditions. We will get to this one. Yeah, so we just get here, and these are probably the same. Yeah, so those are the same. So we have no state tree update yet. So why didn't this work then? Because that does kind of seem like what I would want. What I need to know is when we get here, because this is when a different processor updates the state tree data. So when do we get there? So he's probably trying to like move right now. He's not. I say as he's just standing there doing nothing. What's your state? He is trying to do transitions and whatnot. I'm wondering if an update next frame. He's stuck in combat, which is something that it goes into and then checks if he has a target and then exits. And I guess he's not transitioning from that. I would like, let me find all the places this update next frame is called. And I want a breakpoint on all of them. Oh, there's so many. Oh no, there's so many. Okay. Let's restart. Clear it. Last update time in seconds. Wait, why did I... Oh yeah, this is just it starting, I guess. Yeah, so we started. Okay, nothing ever got hit. He's just, why is he struggling to transition? Okay, so this is something different then. I thought the issue was with data overriding, which that was an issue before, but I guess we fixed that and now we're on to a new issue. If we unconditionally do this, it works, right? So something is getting edited on the state tree data that I'm not capturing. I wonder if it's this state tree execution context probably updates the state tree instance data, which I don't think has like an equality operator, which maybe is what we should be checking. Yeah, there's like too much instance storage. Yeah, there's probably way too much. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so things are happening. So he found a path and updated. Found path, we ran that. So yeah, he's moving now. We got here. But then we got here, right after that. Now we're just adding these every frame. And it can't update, yeah. Okay. Okay, so how, I guess the question is, how do I reconcile these updates for the state tree specifically? And I think this is probably pretty state tree specific because so many things need to update the state tree. You know what maybe I should do? State tree entity data. I should maybe put it on a U object in here. I wonder if there is like a, can I schedule a tick or something? And then I can check maybe I should use some internal mechanism rather than my own. That might make it a bit easier. Yeah, can I check if there is a tick scheduled or something? Get next scheduled tick. Add scheduled tick request. Now this is on the state tree execution context. So I guess let me get scheduled tick. First of all, what do you return? Make sleep, make every frame, make next frame. Make custom tick rate, okay. Okay, so where's this like stored? Every frame, then next frame, then custom tick rate. Don't say ESS in my chat, that's ban worthy. That's a trigger word for me. If you know, you know. And very few people know what ESS is. I don't think that's actually what you mean. I'm just joking. Okay, so where are we storing this custom tick rate? State.has custom tick rate. Okay, just on the state itself. And I guess the state is stored in the instance storage or something. God, it would be nice to just like throw this on the state tree, you know? Calculate estimated memory usage. Get shared instance data, get state. Is scheduled tick allowed? Wonder if I like a get state from handle and then like what? Something about tick. Has custom tick rate. But how do I like actually get the tick rate? So if I just edited a pointer on here, then then multiple processors could get away with updating it, as well as you know, arbitrary places from code. But I guess at that point, it's still going to need to happen on the same thread. Everything would need to have it on the same thread. I've been kicking around the idea of like running my ECS system on a dedicated thread. And I think that idea has merit, instead of like relying on game thread time, so that I don't, like, you know, because there's more time. There's so much time in a thread that I can use. And if I try to just jam the internals of the ECS system onto the game thread, that's going to be the bottleneck. But if I put it on its own dedicated thread, then it can still reconcile writes and stuff like that, being on a dedicated thread. So there is an internal state tree, like, scheduled tick thing. I think that might be new, because when I first wrote this, they did not have tick rates on the state tree. That's why I wrote my own version of it. If I did have some sort of reconciliation step that could help, but I guess I was wondering if I should just should I just run the state tree and check if it has a tick every frame? And then I guess it what would because, like, let me go into the state tree here. So something like this. Where is like the tick rate stuff? Where's the tick rate information? Because I put mine in like a task. Stop that. I put mine in a task. What is this? Any complete, all complete. Yeah. Okay. Tick. Yeah, that's mine. So where is like the built-in tick information? I saw it on the internals. Tools. Window. Yeah, where is the fucking tick? Tick settings? Oh, there's tick. Tick tasks. The task tick. the task ticks at runtime. But how do I change that? When the task completes, it will stop ticking and the state can be considered for transition. How do I change that to not tick? Oh, do I need to put that on the task? So, like, what is this? What about, yeah, find random reachable point. Let me look at that task. Let's look at my overriding members here. I mean, it doesn't have a tick function implemented, so what is making it say that it can tick at runtime? Ah. Well, that would be nice to be exposed to blueprints, wouldn't it? Tick is called only when there are events No effect if should call tick is true. Why aren't these exposed to blueprints? So they always should call tick. I guess I need to set that in like the constructor or something. Yeah. Oh, I do that. Not ticking implies no property copy. Do I want to? I don't think I would want a property copy in any case. Okay, so that's what determines. So apparently my state tree move to task does not tick. It says it ticks at runtime. What? Oh, this is the internal one, not mine. Okay. My bad. My bad. So how does it actually get ticked? Because it do be having a tick method. We only tick the task if we might track the destination vector. Ah, so if we're tracking the target, it sets it to true. Okay. And should copy bound properties on tick. So does it mean that does that mean that it's not updating any of the instance data at all? Or is it just saying that you get a reference to the data? Because I would think that you wouldn't want by default a copy if you were just getting a reference. So it feels like that might mean that like you're just not getting updated data, which is weird that you would want to set that to false. Oh man. I wish the state tree had better documentation, as with all things Unreal Engine. But can I, from the task, schedule a tick? Let me see. Where was my... Sure. Lead gameplay task. Context. Tick. I can get scheduled next tick. What about transition? Transition is const, so I can't even change that at all. Get... Because like a lot of the updates are happening from within the state tree. Get instance data is not going to have anything on it. But if all the updates to the state tree are happening from within state tree tasks, I think maybe we don't copy the state tree data and run it on the, or like we only let the processor, the state tree processor do it. Get next scheduled tick. And why are you mad? Oh, I'm in it like a thing. Okay. Get scheduled next tick. That doesn't return a reference, so we wouldn't be able to just edit that. But the scheduled next tick is like... Oh my, dude, there's so much fucking code just for like getting a scheduled tick. Like, it's insane. State has custom tick rate. Ninjax, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Good morning. Best active. So it looks through every single task, or I guess it looks through the active states. Okay, so that's not very many. That's a pretty finite number. Okay. Wait, why are we? Oh, active frames and then active states. What is an active frame? Okay, so it looks like the tick rates are stored on the individual like states themselves. And then there's like these events. So maybe the events are my answer. B has events. Event Q has events. Yeah, so it does say next frame if it has an event. I do a send event or two. Where is send event? Project. We log get mutable event queue on the instance data and we send event. I mean, can I just send like a fucking dummy event? Oh, if the tag and payload are not valid, it doesn't do anything. Or the max. Oh, there's a maximum. There's a statically set maximum of 64 events. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, I'm wondering if I can just send like a dummy event or something. I'll just call it like tick. UE define, let me just fucking copy paste here. My project state tree tick. Then we need to do that over here as well. So yeah, send event. And then let's do a, so then that would make the update next frame, turn that into send event, where I would just need an entity and an owner. Oh, it's the debuggy man? Yes. Yes, it's me, debuggy man. The shittiest superhero ever. What's your power? What's your power, debuggy man? I make bugs. I make bugs. This is gonna get more annoying to use now, though. Update next frame. Yes, yeah, so now I have to send the entity and owner. The entity is just for the log too. That's kind of annoying. Oh, and the struct view I don't have. Origin. Yeah, so I guess I need to do something like that. So is that valid? Is that going to be valid at that point? Where is the is valid one? Struct memory is not equal to null pointer, and script struct not equal to null pointer. So do I actually have to put some memory in here? Because like that's kind of annoying because I don't actually need. I don't actually need anything in memory. Is the update next frame like a hook to what to render on the next frame? Well, it has nothing to do with rendering. It's all about the state tree AI logic. So it's really just like an event to say, hey, process the state tree next frame. And this is for things like, there's a lot of latent activities that happen when running the like AI logic. You know, take for instance like pathfinding and movement, right? Those are latent things. And so I don't need to check the state tree. I don't need to run the state tree every frame while those things are happening. So as a performance benefit, as a performance boost, I would like to tell it, you know, when pathfinding is done, update next frame. That's what that's about. Or when you're done, when the movement is done, update next frame. It does seem to not have valid memory at this point. So so how does my previous one work? Because I don't think I don't send a payload with that one. Right? What AI do you use for this? Oh, AI means something different for game development. AI is just NPC behavior in game dev. Yeah, so I send all my events. I guess send to state tree event. Yeah, that one. I don't even know. Do I use that anywhere? No, I don't. Yeah, all of them don't have a payload, so they still work. So I think actually we don't do that, and then we just do the default. So is this going to, if I send an event, it's still, the state tree data and stuff is still going to get overridden here. So that's still going to get overridden here because of the move to. Move to task. That now no longer matters. Move to next point. I'm wondering if I should come up with a better separation of the logic for my move to task and my move to processor. So the move to task is a state on the state tree, or it's a task on the state tree. There's move to task right here. And so it'll take all this information and it'll do some checks to see, hey, is this valid? Do we have a good path? Are we finished yet? Do we need to start the next path? And then it packages all that up onto move to data. And then that's when the move to processor, picks it up. Now, the problem is, like, that's not a ticking task, the move to task. And so the move to processor, because it's a latent thing, will be like, hey, we're done with that move. And call back to the state tree, basically. Is that how that should work? Is video cropped to the cursor? I mean, yeah, that is what you're witnessing. How? There's just a script. You can just Google OBS, zoom, follow, mouse. And there's a horizontal stream as well if you're not a fan. I mean, the change that I could do would be to just change the move to task to tick every frame. Right, so instead of doing this here, hello. Hello. So instead of doing that, do I have the state tree here? I don't think so. I don't think we don't grab the state tree here. This is another thing, like I can't just grab entity data here. I don't think. Or I don't think I should be. I mean, I guess it's from the game thread. It's from the game thread. Okay, so let's say I'm running the state tree on the background thread. I guess no, this wouldn't be from the game. Okay. The world is I'm running the state tree on the background thread. It's going to take however long it takes, maybe potentially multiple frames or whatever. But then other things, I mean, I guess this all happens on the same thread as the state tree. Like, this is a task. So therefore it gets processed in the state tree. So I should be safe to edit the state tree data. I think. To just grab it and edit it. Right? Excuse me. What new feature are you doing today? Well, no new feature, just refactoring existing stuff. So, do these modern game engines still leverage old school shader languages? Like what? Give me a language and I'll tell you if it uses it or not. Probably not, though. Probably not. Yeah, so welcome in, everyone. Good morning. I'll show the world here. I'm working on a game. It's going to be an RPG Colony Sim Roguelite combo with procedural terrain that we are witnessing right now with AI-generated quests. And I want to run the entire world. Like, I want my entities to be running, my NPCs to be running at all times. Most games don't do that in any meaningful capacity. They fake it, right? They fake it. And I have a large world, very large world. Here's the world. Each pixel on here is a terrain chunk. Here's how big a terrain chunk is. So I'm showing like a four terrain chunk radius, which is, you know, not very big. It's about like this big, right? So it's a large world. I need a lot of entities to be running. Thousands and thousands. Uh-oh. GLSL is used. I don't know that that's an old school shader language, though. But anyways, I'm working on my ECS system. An ECS system is just like it's a type of architecture that allows you to efficiently run thousands and thousands of entities very efficiently. There are a lot of difficulties with it, though, right? There's a lot of like really specific things, really specific trade-offs you need to make, and you can be pretty opinionated about how they're written. There's existing ones You know, I think Unity has their own Unreal Engine has mass, which I didn't like. I found it really difficult to work with. So I wanted to write my own. And I had a base pass at that, and it was working okay. It was working, I mean, it worked. Like, I was getting a couple thousand entities rendered and stuff. Not rendered, but running. But I was leaving a lot of performance on the table because of some of the trade-offs I made. So I'm going through and refactoring my state tree. Or not my state tree, my entity system. Working on the state tree right now, though. And I'm having to rethink how I'm doing things. Because now we have, like, a really specific pattern of how, like, reads and writes need to happen. Especially on, like, multiple threads and stuff. But yeah, here's a little bit of the world. Spotify, why did you stop playing? Thank you. I have underground caves as well, which I think are quite cool. Quite cool. Take some mushrooms here. So eventually all of Minecraft, these will have like ore and stuff spawn in it. Yeah, that's just one world, so every seed is a little bit different. They're not like super different at the moment because I only have a few biomes and a few different articles of terrain noise, different parameters for terrain noise. Oh, here's a nice depiction of like 3 different textures on the terrain. I think this might be my meadows biome. Yeah, so this is like a... I was gonna make all the assets red as well. I was just kind of playing around with the textures. I do need to still blend them, as you can see. Not very well blended. Not very well blended. Why is it so choppy today? Usually it's not like this, and it's literally breaking Spotify as well, which I don't understand. Spotify, why are you attached to my terrain generation? So yeah, that's what I'm working on. Ooh, I like this. I like this. That's neat. You can kind of peek through. So I surround all the zones with these border mountains. So you like can't directly get from zone to zone. Sometimes you can find, like right here you could probably get up by walking up this hill. So there's like a way up that way. But then you can also find like these little caves that randomly poke through that you could go through as well, which I think creates a really cool vibe. Oh dear. Oh dear. Was that a work of art? Thank you. I think that's higher praise than it deserves. What? Yeah. What is so choppy? Let's profile this. Okay, give me a big hitch again. It's probably just PCG. I mean, I've known that I need to optimize that for a while. There are definitely some things I can do. Okay, now it's not chopping. Hello. Oh no, I can't walk up. Okay, we're stuck in the cave. Is this a new game you're building? It is a game that I am building, yes. Okay, why Spotify, you need to stop stopping. I don't know what your deal is. Will be destructible terrain as well. Let's see if I can... Nope. Okay, it's not gonna work. No, it doesn't want to work. It's really bad anyway, so... I'd only be showing like a really shitty proof of concept. Yeah, usually those actually make an impact, like a little hole. I don't know what the deal is. So anyway, yeah, that's the world. That is the world. Oh yeah, I'm profiling shit. Okay, hang on, stop. Yeah, we had some big hitchy boys, didn't we? The chunk surface sampler element, yeah. That definitely needs to happen on the background thread. I thought I was doing that already. Yeah, that'll fucking do it, won't it? Yeah, why is that happening on the game thread? I thought I kicked that off to a background thread. Okay, it's an easy fix for later though. A friend of mine would like to dive into game dev, but he doesn't know where to start. Are you sure your friend is saying that? What would you suggest so I can tell him and make his life easier? Yeah, I don't really have any suggestions. Like, I don't have any tutorials or courses to give people because I don't really follow them. It's a big journey to slog, so there's a lot to learn. But the way I learn best is by having a project to apply myself to and my knowledge to. And then you just got to break that project down into really small steps and figure out how to accomplish each step. If you just follow like tutorials and stuff, for me at least, I don't really learn very well from that because I don't end up applying anything from these tutorials or courses or whatever. I'm just kind of following along, which does absolutely nothing for me in terms of remembering or learning. So if I actually have a project and I'm going and doing and learning at my own pace, then that's how I learn. Jed! It's John Cena! That was John Cena!
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Thank you for the raid, my dude. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. Step 1, open Unreal Engine, create project with templates, start breaking down things to see what they do. There you go. There's some better advice than what I have. Get Cena'd, bro. Yeah. I can't see. I don't know. How was your stream, Jed? Thank you for the raid. Jed was working on some pretty cool, like, combat animations earlier. That was pretty snazzy. I took a peek. I was lurking a little bit. Yeah. I'm a dirty lurker. Dirty lurker. Bloodgrass added. It's been in there. It has been in there. Haven't touched the terrain generation in probably like 6 months. So. Yeah, welcome in, everyone. Those who don't know, I'm Mydrong. Hi. I'm working on a video game, just like Jed. And if you guys don't know Jed, he's a super cool guy. He's very nice, and his game looks quite sweet. You should check it out. So go follow him on Twitch if you haven't already. I'm stuck in a cave right now. Let me see if I can pop out of here. Okay. Oh no. Oh dear. Okay. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah, so I think this is just gonna, it's just gonna generate forever. There's no cap. There is no cap to the generation, so we're just gonna generate noodles forever. Okay, let's try a new seed. Let's try a new seed. So for those who don't know, I'm working on an RPG, Colony Sim Roguelite, with procedural destructible terrain, and then AI generated quests. This is the most boring seed I could have possibly showed that off for. It is completely flat. This is my like Meadow-Z biome, right? We got some hemp there, some nice little sunflowers, we got some little bits of grass. This is all just like random ass assets. You know, it's just like thrown together. But I do have another biome that's a little bit more interesting. And there's like a bunch of different terrain noises and stuff. And so like, here's the world map. Kind of a shitty world map too. But these are each like different zones, the different colors are. Let's try a different seed actually. And I've been working on my ECS system lately. That's what I'm working on today. It's another kind of boring seed. Ugh. We do have the underground caves and stuff though that make it a bit more exciting. A bit more exciting. But the flow of the game is You know, you start at level 1, you'll pick a class. Think something like vanilla WoW for like the class design and the abilities. So lots of abilities to choose from as well. Start at level 1. As you level up every few levels, you'll get a choice between like 3 different abilities to pick. And you'll start to create a build. You'll also have a talent tree. If the game doesn't want to completely lag out right now, I would show that. You'll have a talent tree. These talents will be static, so you'll have to pick talents that are complementary to the abilities that you've picked. And so when you die, you will start over. All your abilities and talents will be gone. So the next run, you will have a different build. Hopefully there's enough. Hopefully I'll have enough abilities to make each run really unique and dynamic. Now, as you're running through this world here, it's quite large. Each world or each zone has like a different name to it. This is Starfall Crag here. We got Frostvale Hollow, Gallows End, Phantom Wood Mire, the Burning Steps. That's just straight up stolen from. These are all AI generated zone names. Eventually I'll have the biomes be like dynamic and stuff. More dynamic than they are now. And so yeah, I'll actually pass into the AI like what is spawned in the zone. There is a good zone. Look at that. Got a nice tall mountain there. So that's the kind of thing you'll be able to explore. And eventually, you know, for like this zone, I'll be like, oh, there's really sharp, craggy rocks. It's really difficult to build in this zone, you know. It's also a forest, dense forest or something. And then the AI would come up with a flavorful name for that. Every biome already is visually different. No, I only have 2 different biomes right now. I have the forest and the meadows. So this is what you see is what I got so far. And so with these different zone names, I'll also have some points of interest spawned eventually. Haven't done that yet, but I'll have some points of interest spawned eventually. And so those will be in each zone. I'll pass that into the AI. And you know, that'll come up with a very flavorful zone name. Like this zone I'm in right now is called Nethergate Pass. This does not look like a Nethergate Pass. And this one I'm looking at here is the Shogun's Palace of Rule. Like they're all just like completely random right now, but eventually that'll be updated. And then I do have a bit of an AI generated quest system that I'll pass that into to generate quests and stuff. And you'll be running around recruiting colonists to your colony. You can like build stuff, right? So you can like build little houses for them. You know, your colonists will have to like, oh, it doesn't have support? What? Your colonists will have like a construction skill, as will you, so it'll take time to actually build things. And so you'll want to send your colonists to go build stuff for you, to go collect resources for you while you're out like exploring the world and stuff. You'll also want to build defenses around your colony because you will get raided by some of the other NPC ran colonies. Colonist is a fancy name you gave those slaves. Yes, well, we can't be. It's Twitch. We got to be politically correct. We can't call them slaves every time, even though that's what they are. Getting only up flashbacks, what, from falling down in the noodles? It always blows me away. If Skittles came with the raid, he would love this. I love Skittles, so I would love him as well, I think. Curious what you meant about an ECS since you're in Unreal here. Yeah, I wrote my own ECS because I didn't like mass. I found it very difficult to work with, and from what I've found, like ECS systems, like there are very specific things that you can do differently in every ECS system to handle like there's different trade-offs, right? So depending on what you want for your game, you may want the ECS system to be built differently. And this is particularly with things like parallel processing or asynchronous processing, because I don't want things to be bound to the game thread. And I want to be able to have these long-running async processors and stuff. And it's like, do you do mutexes or do you do command buffers? You know, there's many different approaches you can use. I love the WoW SFX for teleport. Yeah, I ripped a bunch of WoW assets just for placeholders. I'll give them back eventually. But yeah, so I'm also taking some inspiration from WoW in the zone design itself. Spotify, Spotify is just fucking up today. But around each one of these zones, I put mountains. And the white dots are breaks in the mountains. So if actually, there should be one there, but like that zone is just so much higher up you can't actually tell. But these are the border mountains between the zones. And you can see it's like drastically different, right? Now, does this one go all the way through? Oh, it doesn't, damn it. Sometimes, you know, there's a tunnel that goes through the border mountain, and it creates this really cool moment. Because like the games like Valheim or Minecraft, they just have biomes that seamlessly blend from one to another. And if you compare that to something like WoW, almost every zone of WoW has some sort of physical boundary around the outside to kind of like isolate it from the rest of the world, and every zone has like a name and some lore and some points of interest, you know, and it's really grounded in the world. It's not like Valheim or Minecraft where it's like, oh, there's just a jungle biome over there, there's just a meadows biome over there, and you can see the entire thing, and it just kind of seamlessly blends, and it, you know, there's no name, and there's no, and that's kind of what I mean by like grounded in the world. It's kind of what I mean by grounded. And so I want like actual, I want each zone to be an actual zone that's like referenced by colonists and stuff, by entities, and it has different and I don't want the biomes to be like static, as in like, you know, I don't want every forest biome to have the same resources and mobs in it, right? I want them to be a little different. You know, it will still be a forest biome, you know, still gonna be a bunch of trees or whatever, but maybe there are some different kinds of mushrooms that grow in this zone. Maybe there's some different kinds of mobs, you know. Have you tried building worlds in VR? No, not interested in VR. So yeah, let's see if I can actually, let's teleport up here. Oh, I didn't even teleport high enough. The mountain is too high. Yeah, okay. Oh dear. Okay. We will slowly fall. There we go. Stuck it. And the underground caves will eventually be filled with like monsters and ore, very a la Minecraft. But I always want to like look down in here and see like a goblin city, like a bunch of gobbos running around like ants and stuff. I think that would be really cool. Or like a giant Balrog walking around, if it's big enough. You know, that's I want that kind of shit. And so, yeah, flow of the game, running around, leveling up, picking random abilities, creating your build, completing some of these AI-generated quests, recruiting colonists. You know, some of your colonists are going to die. You can't get them back. You know, you might go and recruit like a really good blacksmith colonist. And so next run, he can maybe make you some really good gear that you wouldn't have had at level 1 last run. And so there's a little bit of meta progression, roguelite meta progression there. I'll probably also have some sort of, you know, currency that you can spend when you die to like affect next run and stuff. So yeah, that's a little bit about my game. And now we wait. I don't know, it's usually not that bad. It's not that bad. Today it's quite bad. And then Spotify just gives up. I love this moment where you can kind of peek through and you're like, oh, there's like a whole ass over here. No, there's a whole ass zone, you know. But there doesn't seem to be a way actually to that zone. So like you can also build like stairs and stuff potentially. Oh, my controller's broken because I teleported. But you could build up the mountain and then back down the other side if you had the resources, or you could dig through. Let me see if I can get the proof of concept at destructible terrain. No, not gonna work. Okay. Oh, there we go. That one worked. Okay, thank you. Yeah, so it technically I do transform, I do edit the terrain at runtime. So, proof. It's not very useful. It is not very useful, but it does work. And the same works on these trees. Wonder, let me see if I can teleport just over the fucking ridge here. There we go. Okay, so now we're in this zone. Yay. Oh no. Oh no. God damn, this created some really cool like cave systems. I really love the high noise, the high altitude zones. I need to do some more of those. But here's like the dynamic tree chopping, so I can chop it, and then wherever the axe connects is where it like edits the mesh. And if my animations don't suck, I can hit it at multiple spots. It went straight through. Yeah, it doesn't work super well. Kind of like the mining. It doesn't work super well. So I got 7 wood from that, and then I got 4 more from this little piece here. Oh yeah, my collision is all messed up from the mantling. Yeah, some mushrooms to collect. There'll be a foraging skill, a tree chopping skill, all that good stuff. Yeah, that's a game. That is the game. I am working on the ECS system today, though. And I was trying to think through that. Uh-oh. Can we stop? Did we stop? No, we didn't. Stop. Okay. So, back to work here. Yeah, I was saying that maybe the state tree should just get the actual... Before I do this change, let's just change the move to processor to not do it, and change the move to task to do it. Because I think technically all of the state tree tasks will happen from within the state tree, like, process. State tree entity data. Okay, so if we have state tree data, then we can state tree data update next frame. And honestly, no, let's not do that here. We should do that from outside with the tick rate one. And then we can tick it like every so often. And then that way we're not ticking every frame. Okay, we have to rebuild. I did touch a header file, and that's my bad. What's the ID? This is Ryder, JetBrains, which is free. If you're doing game dev in Unreal Engine or Unity, you should use it. It's very good. Yes, it is not sea lion. Can we start building, please? Dude, my PC is I definitely have some memory leaks somewhere. I need to do some memory profiling at some point. Maybe after I finish this resnackter, whenever that is. We can take a peek at that. Bruh, Spotify, what are you doing? Okay, we're finally building. Okay, what's happening here? Oh, I was just testing that out. Get rid of that. Okay, let's see if this will fix it. I'll need to add, excuse me, I'll need to add some tick rate tasks. And I think there is the built-in tick rate stuff, so I maybe want to transition over to that. Bro, my PC is yearning for the mines. It's yearning to be taken out back. Yeah, we're running real slow here. Okay, let's see if this works now. Let's go back to the test level, and then we'll add that tick rate. And so we just wanted, I'm just gonna do it on this one for now. So add one of my tick rate, tick state tree. I do want to return failed, but we'll just tick like every second. Just tick every second, and then I guess I should stop updating the state tree data. There he goes, he's moving. His animations are wrong. I know this. I do know this. Okay, are you like stuck, or are you gonna move here soon? I think he's stuck. State tree data -1. Yeah, he's stuck. Okay. Okay, so I think I need to change the underlying architecture a little bit. First of all, let's get rid of that command buffer thing that I wrote, where, yeah, entities already edited, so undo that. That did not end up being a fruitful endeavor. And what was it? I was just deleting some unused functions. Okay. So, yeah, that didn't end up being a fruitful endeavor. That can go back to normal. So here, yeah, I think I just want to get the state tree data directly and edit it. And I think if I rebuild here, I shouldn't do this now. I shouldn't do that because we're just going to edit it directly. And I don't think my for each right now is going to handle that. I think it's still going to give it a copy. Yeah, it doesn't like that. Okay, so for each internal, how can I detect which ones are const refs and which ones aren't? Conversion loses qualifiers. Yeah, this is where it gets into like some really fancy C++. With the variadic template metaprogramming. Like, this is an absolutely god-awful looking function here. Like, what is this? What is that? What is this? And it's not like I'm grabbing the, it's not like these aren't refs here. I don't know how to grab either ref or const. I am always grabbing from the cached pools, like the copies. What am I doing with ability system data? I'm just checking if it's dead. Oh, and I need the proxy actor for the owner. Oh, that's annoying. Using component type. Is there, how do I switch on whether or not I'm asking for a ref or not? Okay, this might be, I think this is a job for AI, honestly. Let's try. Okay. All right, Gemini, hit me. How would I update this to allow for either copies or either, what do I want to say? How would I update this to allow for either copies or references to the actual data to be returned based on the past in entity data types. We'll see if Jim and I can come up with it. I think I probably will need to change the signature altogether. I wonder if it's kind of like a all or nothing kind of deal. I do have the required entity datas. That feels a bit disconnected from the rest of it, you know. I could also like specify whether or not I needed the read or write data for the processor. Rather than just relying on whether it's a ref or not. Yeah, I think probably a lot will need to change here. Oh god, what is it spitting out here? Alright, what do you got for me? Type traits. Okay, what are teach me about type traits. They want a read-only reference, they want a write reference, they want a read-only copy. Well, I shouldn't... I think that, for me, these two cases are going to be the same. If it's const ref, give me the ref to the copy, you know. Modify, oh my goodness. Requires a significant refactoring to make sure it's const aware. For each internal must be non-const. It's already the case. That is already the case. Fully refactored for each internal. Type traits to inspect the requested types and act accordingly. Where does that happen at? See, like this, I never would have been able to write that on my own. Whatever the hell. Yeah, like what the hell is that? Okay, let's just, I want to copy this in. Copy that in so that I can read it a little bit better. Actually seemed like it got shorter. And then it wanted me to, okay, yeah, so we have to put that outside of this. And it wanted me to like include type traits. Yeah, okay. So we'll throw that up here. Okay, that doesn't exist. Classic. Classic. It is called Unreal type traits. You choose class. Where do they import that from? Templates choose class. Okay. T is reference. What is the import for this? Is this even a thing? It is in Unreal type traits. T is, I guess it's T is reference type. Here we go. E remove CV. CV ref. Is that the same? Oh, that is from import remove CV. Where do they import that from? It must be imported some other way. He is reference type. He remove CV ref. I mean, I guess it is. I guess it is imported here. What about, what was it? Just import CV. There is a T remove CV. Please use, oh, okay. Just use the STD one. Okay. Okay, so that all compiles, or resolves rather. Example 1, read only. Yeah, so I do want to find where it's going to do the const ref part, and I want to like combine that with the copy part. And change that, okay. If the item is a pointer, meaning a reference was corrected. A copy was. Can it discern between const ref and not? The full requested type. Get the non-const pool. That's not, the cache pools is not mutable constants though. That is, it should be entity data pools. Store the actual object, a copy in our tuple. But this is just for the copied information. Convert, unpack and invoke on the stored items, which is now... Stored items is like a mixed up tuple, okay. Does this resolve? This is crazy. Is this gonna compile? Let me see if this just compiles. This is crazy. It's gonna build for a while. Yeah, the item convert stored items. Data, they all come from data storage tuple, so the data pointer. So all I have is if they requested a copy or a reference. And I don't want to make a copy of a copy. It will be const correct. Okay, so I think I want to reprompt this and be like, hey, see what else it was saying. Mixed copy and reference. Okay. So I'm gonna say that didn't even, yeah, that didn't resolve either. Punk. Yeah, I think I might need to update the past in types as well. Like, I think that needs to maybe change. Wouldn't I need to do like that? Does that work? Okay, we'll see if it let's see if it throws an issue on the be cool if that could just be implied. No, the state 2 processor still doesn't like that. Yeah, it's not compiling. But let me clarify it here. So if the user should never pass F my component. So the user should never pass my component because we pre-cache all the entity data. So if they what do I want to say? The user should never pass. They want a read-only. They want, I'll say, they want the copy from cached pools. From entity data pools. Oh shit. RIP. Okay, I have to retype that. Oh, that's annoying. Can I go up? No, it didn't save it. Okay, hang on. RIP. So the user should never pass F my component because we pre-cache all the entity data. So if they want a read-only piece of data, we should return a reference to the cached data to prevent multiple copies. User passes, they want a ref to the cached pools data to the entity data pools data. The user should never pass F my component. Okay. All right. We're vibe coding. Yeah, so none of my processors, I think, work now. Let's see what you got. What do you got for me? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, bypassing the command buffer is exactly what I want. It has to be split into const and non-const. Okay, so we can only grab from one or the other? Is that what I'm reading? I don't want that. I mean, this is what I want for everything, though. Let me see what it does differently here. Okay. T is const. Okay. I just don't know about these, like, I don't know what to call these, like these little template methods here. So it's nice that I'll probably have to go search for the right version, but it's nice to know that those things exist. So let's try this then. Frame data cache. He removed CV ref. Or no, it wanted the STD. Remove CV ref. Or just remove CV. Okay. Find smallest pool. Oh, they should be the same, so I don't need to pass a specific implementation there. Okay, that probably is also not going to compile. I'm just gonna hit it with the error here. Type is not a member of STD, remove CV. Okay, so at least we get a more direct error here. Base component type. What was the deal there? T remove CV. Which is deprecated. Oh, remove T. Well, that's remove CV ref. Remove CV. We'll remove any const volatile qualifiers from the type based on STD remove CV. Oh, it wants me to use CVT instead. Okay, that's where I fucked up. Dude, the errors here are formidable. These are formidable error messages. T is bitwise constructible const ability system entity data is more than one partial specialization matches the template argument list. What the fuck does that mean, man? He is bit. Am I using that in here? No, okay. Why? Can I get the actual, like, line? No, I guess not. Okay, here we go. Wait, that just pointed to two different, well, no. Okay, here we go. Gather pointers. Okay, so here's the line that it sucks at. A static cast to base component type. So yeah, it didn't write like the... Did this want a remove CV ref? See? I'm just gonna take a wild guess there. Okay. What do we got here? What do we got now? This excuse me, this seems a little bit better. We're getting less, I say as I scroll through like a series, a plethora. I guess it's only failing on the ref now, I think. And the rest of them are okay. So I think I fixed some of them. Okay, yeah, I think I fixed the existing ones. The size of here should improve the error messages we get when we try to call this function from incomplete types. I would like to learn what this is telling me. Okay, but enough is enough. Okay, so let me give it what I had to change it to. I'll say here's what I had to change it to get it to resolve. Oh my God, Spotify. Man, my PC is chugging today. Okay. Here's what I had to change to get it to resolve, and for most processors to compile. And I'll say, and for the existing processors to compile. But when I change the template args in the processors to refs, this is the error message I get. Should I just give it the whole thing? I'll give it the whole fucking thing. All right, let's see what it can do. See what it can do with that. I'm running on like 100K tokens right now, so it's probably going to be a little hallucinating. All right, tell me what was wrong there. This is a fantastic, gnarly, real-world compiler error. I feel like I called it gnarly, too. T-array and the qualified types. To be an unqualified, non-reference, non-const type, you cannot have a T-array const f. Okay. Your trade logic correctly deduced base template type as FI component. However, the compiler in a process called template instantiation also needs to generate the member functions for T entity data pool. Yeah, okay. So there's something that didn't remove the constant ref at some point. Base component type is correctly deduced. This forces it to instantiate the entire class. T entity data pool, F state tree entity data. Okay. Instantiates its member of the T array. That makes sense. This in turn forces the instantiator. T can bitwise relocate. Okay. T bitwise constructible. This is where your const from the original for each call comes in. The compiler gets confused trying to instantiate that. Okay, it has multiple templates it could match, one for TT and one for const T. Yeah, okay. So what was doing that? Static asserts, yeah. Decouple the base type from the requested type. Cool. Wow, it's glazing me right now. This is already excellent and correct. Thank you. Thank you. This is the subtle issue. T, remove reference. The problem is how find smallest pool is being instantiated. It's correct base component type. But I don't want to, I don't think I would need to pass anything in there. I don't think it's complaining about the smallest pool at all. I don't think that's complaining about that at all, actually. Okay, so I need to do the removal. Okay, I actually feel like that might... Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. So inside there, it is getting the... Okay, yeah. Okay, I think that makes... I think that makes sense. But I just need to do like the type erasure or whatever we're going to call it. You minimize. So I just need to do this, right? Base component type. I need to do something like that, right? Inside of... Find smallest pool. Can I... Okay, hang on. I'm gonna ask Gemini that so it can give me the right code. I think my hunch is right. I just don't know what the code should be. Can't we just do something like the following, but in find smallest pool so that we can keep it contained? Okay. We'll see what that can get cooked up. YouTube just loves telling me that my videos can't be monetized. That's great. Okay, your suggestion was exactly the right move to elevate the code from working to well-designed. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Gemini. You're so kind. Where does it do the type erased one? Oh, it just okay, it just does that in there. Required type IDs. Okay, that's... I don't know. I think you got this wrong again. STD. STD. Remove CVT. And then I did remove CV ref in here. Maybe I will need to do that. Type name keyword. We'll see if that compiles. Please don't tell me he is actually going to use this code. Who are you talking to? Hey, if you've got a better way, I am all ears. I am all fucking ears. Yeah, so it doesn't like that. Please don't tell me he isn't actually going to use this code. So you don't want me to tell you that I'm not going to use the code. I don't even think you know what you're saying. Yeah, what is this type here? And do I need it? Let's try without it. I'm gonna try the ref one after this. Frantic, welcome in. Back from the gym, nice. The gym is important. Yeah, let's try the CV ref T. Looks spaghetti to me. Oh boy, you don't even know the half of it. Yeah, if anyone here is an expert in C++ variadic template metaprogramming, please help me, please. ChatGPT is great for figuring out errors, terrible for actually making code. Well, that's great because I don't use ChatGPT. Only normies use ChatGPT, I feel like. And yeah, I wouldn't be using it if I actually understood, like this is like advanced C++ shit that I'm doing here for my ECS system. Like usually I don't use AI at all really, but I need help. And this is like, okay, so I'm still hitting the same issue. So that, I don't think that you actually correctly figured out the error, Gemini. I don't think that was it. Build failed. Cool. It's still wanting me to use this like removed method here. I'm an expert on button click, and I can say for certain that I have no idea how C++ backend game dev works. I mean, I feel like I have a good understanding of C++, of at least Unreal Engine C++, I should say, not actual C++. But then when it gets into shit like this is just like over my head. But I have to do this for my ECS system, like using the pack and stuff like that. It's like, look at this. Who can actually read? I mean, I can read this code, but like I don't know how to write it. That's the point I'm at now. So I mean, if anyone knows, like, tell me what this is doing. If you can tell me what that's actually doing, then I'll listen to you. And I think Dr. Elliott might be the only other one. Yeah, so same error. So that tells me that it's not actually. You also gave me an updated do find smallest pool. Okay, so we'll try to get the updated code as well. Anyway, to cross route. No, this is too like, this is like super in the weeds. There was no similar. It keeps wanting me to, yeah, like I need to probably remove some of the context window because it's getting quite hallucinating, if I do say so myself. And I don't know what this type is supposed to be. What are you supposed to be? Hello, who is that? Jack, welcome in. No.
Are you running?
Did you with the shout out? Welcome in, guys.
Are you running?
Mango's here. Put in reverse.
How was your stream?
Put in reverse. Oh Lord, please.
What were you working on today?
Lord.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
What the dog doing?
I need some variable raid alerts. What up, man? Still just chugging along on the ECS refactor, getting into some really like deep C++ variadic template metaprogramming, which is a term I didn't really know existed. Yeah, it's still complaining about the typed pool. Yeah, so I don't think it's correctly erasing the ref or const. I don't think it's correctly doing that. And let me try just the CV, remove CV. Is that one? Does that actually work? Maybe let's try that one. Your alerts are the best. I do have some ideas for other ones. I haven't spent the time to actually set them up and stuff. Yeah, still doesn't like that. Yeah, that does make sense. What is this one? What is that one? And what is remove CV? Maybe I should actually read what these are. Jesus fucking Christ. This has to be remove const, right? That has to be what it is. Can I do that one? Does that one work? Is there no documentation? I don't think you understand the level of the issue that I'm dealing with. There, that is not documentation isn't going to save me here. Yeah, it still doesn't want to convert. Okay, so let's put this back into like the closest to what it gave me, which I was using std remove cvt, which is what it wanted me to use, right? Also wanted me to do this type thing, which fucking didn't. Although maybe if I give it that error, what was it saying? Infinite type requires type name keyword. Okay, so let's just give me that error. I'll give it to Gemini. Yeah, it's still not happy. Okay, let's just grab that. What is the issue you have currently, and what is your workaround? The workaround question is, I don't think, a valid one at the moment. But the current issue is that I need some variadic template arguments for my for each, such that the ECS system can return the ref data or the pre-copied const ref, a const ref to the pre-copied entity data. I need to do this because each processor has a different sequence of entity data that it requests. Some of them need references to the actual data to update them. Some of them do their updates through command buffers. Other ones, they need read-only access to things. A lot of them are read-only access to things, right? But to get read-only access and to have them properly isolated from asynchronous tasks, or rather as they run in asynchronous tasks, you need to do a pre-copy step so that no edits to the underlying data cause any thread lock issues, read-write access issues. And so we do a pre-copy, pre-cache step of the entity data pools, so that when these variadic templates are requesting a const ref, we know that they want read-only data. We pass it a copy, a reference to a copy, and not a copy of a copy. And we don't just want to pass it a copy of the regular data, because what will end up happening is we're going to copy that multiple times. Anytime, for example, there are multiple processors that request proxy actor data, right? A read-only proxy actor data. I don't want to do a copy for each one of those that request a read-only version of it. We can do one copy for all of it up front and then pass that to whatever processors need it. That's going to be more efficient. So I need to write some C++ code in a variadic template way using these like pack parameters. And I guess I need to remove the qualifiers from the entity data types, like whether it's a ref or whether it's a const ref. I don't know what to call those. I'll call them qualifiers. We need to remove them from there because certain functions just take a regular unconst ref thing of that to return the data pools. Does that make sense? Yeah, so it still doesn't like that. Yeah, 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 so it still doesn't like that. I kind of want to do a new, maybe let's grab a new context here, or a new chat. Let's go, yeah, just new chat here. Okay, give it all that. Give it all this. The interface is so laggy. There's one thing I hate about this. So yeah, just give it everything. Okay, yeah, just give it a review, sure. Yeah, decide on that. Yeah, I do have two. Yeah, yeah. How does generate frame data cache get called? That's in the CPP file, my dude. You should know that. This is interesting to see its breakdown of my system so far. Yeah, I'm not worried about command safety at the moment. Question. Cool. Interesting. Oh, I should have deleted all the vlog stuff. Oh, I gave it the state tree. I'm a fucking idiot. Okay, hang on. Undo that. Wait, it gave me an image. What the fuck? What the fuck? It gave me an image? What? Why did it do that? That's so funny. Asynchronous entity processing. I give up, here's a picture. Yeah, I guess so. It's like like, yeah, it's just, that's crazy. Why did it do that? That's crazy. I need to undo this though. Start over. Start over. Oh, and it was set to Gemini Flash. Oh, it was set to Gemini Flash image preview. Okay. Yeah, that's not what I wanted. I gave it the wrong file. No wonder it had questions about. It's like, hey, how is this called? Okay, now give it that. Yeah, and I probably should have deleted some things out of there before I sent it. But yeah, well, I just want to see. It's interesting. Yeah, it's really churning through that. Yeah, I'm not convinced that the find smallest pools is actually the error. So we'll see what a fresh... We will see what a fresh chat does here. Have cached entity data? That's unused. Good point. Good point. T-set handles its own memory reasonably well. Calling compact as frequency is likely unnecessary and could be a minor performance cost. Okay. Add comments to template metaprogramming. Yeah, it's very dense with advanced template techniques. Yeah, I know. I know. This is an impressive piece of engineering. Thank you. Thank you, Gemini. I feel like a glazed donut right now. Yeah, I'm wondering if I should just ditch the command buffer approach to just do locking and then just see how performant that is. Without any synchronization, what do you mean? Could modifying, it doesn't though, it doesn't. Okay, so that's some nice information. But all I want is to figure out why this doesn't compile. Here is the error I get when I compile. Do I need to give it any more info? Give me one moment. Okay. Yeah. Do I need to give this any other information about like? They're actually complaining about the move to processor here. Okay. Yeah. Let me actually go and change all these to. Oh God. Oh God. I'm sorry. Okay. Is it just the move to processor that was the issue? Hang on. Let's see. I thought I would have been complaining about the state tree there, the state tree processor. Still an issue and still an issue with the state tree. So I'll also give it the give me the state tree version of the issue actually. Yeah, so I think that... Yeah, I'll give it the state tree. Sea lion, no, this is rider. And here is how the state tree processor invokes the function. All right. Save me. Save me. Okay, what do we got? I want to see the type. It doesn't know for sure. There's a nested definition. There's a template parameter, a dependent name. The compiler can't assume what t-remove reference will contain. It could theoretically contain a static variable named type to resolve this. You must explicitly tell the compiler you're referring to a type by using the type name. Where? Old. Wait, fixed. Type name, t-remove reference. It says it's unnecessary, though. Where would I need that? Oh, I think I need that here. There we go. Is that where it would... No, it actually got that wrong, but it gave me the right path. Where is my thingo? Because this probably... Remove both const / volatile qualifiers and references is very common. CPP20 introduced CV ref T for this exact purpose. Okay, so they are doing what I thought they were doing. Round line. Are you aware that if you use Google's AI Studio, all your data goes to training? You have zero privacy, even if you are paying. Why would I care about that? What would I put in here? What could I possibly put in here that I would need that level of privacy on? And like, yeah, I'm actually, this is free. This is completely free. So like, I'm more than happy to let them use my prompts to get better. So it just wants me to do this one. Base types tuple. No, hang on, let me copy the whole thing. But I think the Unreal Engine ones are deprecated. Yeah, what do you put in? That one does not exist, so we'll just use the... What do you put in AI that you need that level? Like, you should, like, even if they say that they're going to be, you know, responsible with your data, why are you putting things in there that you would need that level of privacy for? Like, don't do that. Never do that on anything, no matter how much privacy they guarantee. Because it's nothing is inherently 100% private. I mean, I think that goes for every single AI. Like, I'm pretty sure Sam Altman has said, like, people put really personal information into ChatGPT, and like, we have that data. Like, and like, they're not they are legally required to give that data to the law if need be, you know. So it's like, yeah, don't put shit in AI that you expect to be private. Like, I don't know why you would have that expectation of privacy. That's a pretty foolish idea to have in your head. Anyways, CV remove ref T. Without the type. Okay, so we're just going to use that then. I think that's what I had done myself. T remove ref. So we don't need the T remove reference, I think is what it was saying. Okay. Let's see if that compiles then, because I feel like it's not going to. Okay. I do have to hop off soon. Maybe it's just me, but I'm really paranoid about AI and I don't like to input any info about my personal projects into any AI. What kind of fucking projects are you working on that you feel like that private about? Like, what, are you worried they're gonna steal your idea or something? These companies literally think they're making God, so I don't think they're worried about whatever project you have. Like, you know, I put, you know, I don't use AI all the time. It's actually compiling now, which is this. Okay, this is fucking crazy. Okay, we'll see if it works. But it's just like, I don't know, like what could any of my projects possibly contain that I would need to be private? I don't think any of these, like, all these companies make billions of dollars. They're not worried about my shitty fucking game, you know? Autonomous weapons. You have projects that you're building that involve autonomous weapons. Yeah. Okay. Take interval. What's my state here? Yeah, maybe don't work on projects that involve autonomous weapons. Update within is -1. So we're never going to add the QData command, right? I never got here. Did we actually end up starting? Let's see. Let's see if we actually ended up starting the state tree here. We did, okay. And so I guess, am I getting the ref or not? Is my next question. It is set to -1. Set to -1. I guess let's continue. I'll just throw a break to see if we ever... We do get in here. We do get in here. It does have a tick scheduled at some point. So we do seem to be okay, he's moving. Okay. So pause here. It is update within one. And he is idle. Okay, so he is trying, actually. This is somewhat working. Yeah, I'll have to debug that further later. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to see why he's not like getting the new move to location here. Oh, I wonder if the move to data might be. Yeah, the move to data is probably getting overridden here. Yeah, it gets set back to what it was the frame before. Okay, so we know what the issue is. So the state tree is kind of fixed. We'll have to evaluate this more. I don't know why I clicked play again. We'll have to evaluate this more next stream. I have to hop off and do work things. So thank you all for joining me. Let's see who's streaming. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Is there anyone doing Unreal Engine things? No one I recognize. And of course, okay, so we'll see who else there is. Let's raid let me see. Who is doing what? Is there any game dev to be had? Writing some code. Ah, yes. We can raid Hellfort. We'll do that. We'll raid you guys on over to Hellfort. Why not? Thank you all so much for joining me. It's been a blast. Hopefully I will see you guys again some other time. I'll probably be back streaming tomorrow morning, I think. Yeah, tomorrow morning. And then probably some good streams this weekend as well. So until next time. Bye everyone. Bye.